special Big Brother Canada show where it is a live feed spoiler show, okay? I'm telling you right now, this day would be Monday, March 12th. This is pre-HOH. So we are going to be talking about things like who's the HOH, who the NOMs are, who won POV, why the feeds have been down, what's going on with Trash Draft. Lots of stuff we're talking about in the show, so if you don't want spoilers, you might not want to listen, okay? So there's that. But Amy is here, so let me first tell you before I bring her on, Trash Draft, you have one more day. You have one more day for Trash Draft. YourRealityRecaps.com/Trash Draft. Totally free to play. You can win prizes during the season. You can win mega prizes at the end. Did I mention it's free? I don't know why everyone's not playing. You don't have to do anything. You just go to the website, pick 5 people, you're in the draft. Amy does all the work for you the rest of the season. It couldn't be, well, hopefully you're going to help her out. We'll talk more about that in a minute. Now, you can get more information on the Trash Draft on the page. You can also see all of our shows with house guests, our phone interviews, Rebecca's blog, spoiler graphics, YourRealityRecaps.com/BBCan. If you want to watch us do these shows live, YourRealityRecaps.com/YouNow. Become a fan over there. Watch us do it live. And of course, if you want to help Amy and I get to Canada to do backyard interviews and live stream finale parties and all that fun bunch without me having to make some sort of fundraiser, consider becoming a patron at YourRealityRecaps.com/patron for access to the patron-only group, prize giveaways for patrons, shows just for patrons, after shows this season. This season, after the house guests come on our show, Rosina's going to be first up. Then we go into the patron group, where we have our after show. That's where all the secrets come out, like why the feeds were down, although we'll speculate a little bit on this show. Of course, you can always do a one-time donation at YourRealityRecaps.com/PayPal. But you know what time it is, chat room? It's Amy time. Hi, Amy!
Hi!
I tried to be mean and switch over while you were fixing your hair.
Well, I appreciate that you were a little slow.
I was a little bit slow on the trigger finger. Hi, Amy.
Hi.
How are you today?
I'm great.
Are you excited that the Trash Draft opens in one day?
I am working hard to make sure that it is all ready. So I am excited, but I'm happy that there's still one more day because I've got a lot of work to do.
All right. Well, people, you better get in. And if you all want to help Amy and make her work job easier when the draft is going, you guys all know that when any of the shenanigans stuff happens from the shenanigan list, you tweet it at Dance and Amy, or Twitter's right above her. Tweet her it with hashtag Trash Draft so she can search them, and it only gets you guys more points.
Exactly.
It's only getting you more points by helping her out and tweeting her when something happens on the shenanigan list to get you some more points. So you're welcome in advance on that.
Right.
Everyone.
And just so you know, you have all been getting points already.
Oh, right. You have been getting... Oh, see, so I don't know if Amy's going to want me to tell this story, but I'll tell it anyway. So
Okay.
Amy goes like this to me. She's like, I am tallying up their points already, but I'm not going to post it because I don't want people to cheat and see the points that other people are getting based off who they picked to influence their picks.
Well,
Amy's trying to keep it fair, and Amy won't cheat.
exactly.
I tried
Exactly.
to bribe her last season. It didn't work.
Oh, yeah. You've tried to bribe me every season, and it never works.
I don't know why we're going to go say every season. You could have just left it at last season. Just last season would have been fine enough. Good idea. That's fair. Yes. So, I am honestly, I'm not picking mine into tomorrow. I want to kind of see what happens. Well, we'll get to what happened on the feeds today has changed some of who I'm going to pick. And based on who won the POV and who they're bringing on their reward is also changing kind of, I think, who I'm going to pick. So let's get into all of it right now, Amy. For starters, let's talk about who the HOH is for this week. And if we're happy or sad about it, of course, it's Ryan.
It's Ryan. And I'll be honest, at first, I kind of liked it because he is a super fan. And I thought, okay, he's going to be smart and he's going to do something kind of interesting. It's going to be fun feeds this week.
Right.
And oh my gosh, it has been kind of a nightmare.
I might be sitting here in a jacket because a nor'easter is upon us again, the third one. But apparently, it is Ryan who has caught a cold and come down with HOH-itis. I could have done that one so much better.
Well, it's all right. It's all right.
Amy, he was like rounding up people, running them through that chat room, literally HOH room, multiple times a day. Like, he held court up there on HOH, night, on the following morning, the following afternoon, the following night, before nominations, after nominations, before POV, after POV. Like, he must hold the record for most conferences in an HOH room.
It was insane. It was absolutely insane. And the information that he was asking people for was like, I don't know why he thinks that he has the right to ask people, like, who, if we fast forwarded to week 6, who would you target?
I mean, it's smart. Look,
it's smart.
It's a smart plan to do one time so that you can go, oh God, I don't know. I'm a super fan, and I was just nervous. I didn't mean to ask it that way, and I'm sorry. But when you've asked it 19 different times in every single meeting, you don't get to claim ignorance in the Big Brother house. Everyone knows how smart you are.
Exactly. And it's as I said before, it's been a nightmare because it's just been the same thing over and over and over and over again. And then he tells people that, oh, you're a target, but I'm not going to tell you who has said your name. And all it's done is just made people super paranoid about him.
Yeah, because, I'm thinking back to, for example, when he told Erica. So, for example, he told Erica, like, you and Johnny are targets, and a lot of people are saying your name because Johnny's winning a lot, and you're with Johnny a lot, and blah, blah. Now, nobody actually said that to him. That's who he thinks is a target in his mind, and he's kind of projecting, which Erica rightly calls him out on later, but he kind of projects onto people what he's thinking, and, like, I need diary rooms from Ryan. I need to know, does he feel that his plan is going according to plan? Or does he feel like he is drowning and desperately grasping at straws? Like, I need to know what Ryan is thinking at this point.
I think at this point, he is just desperately trying to do anything to keep himself afloat. And he is just like drowning in quicksand.
Well, do you know what the saddest part? And again, like, you might, like, look, I exaggerate a lot on this show for comedic effect, but I am not exaggerating when I say he's held 16 meetings. No. And literally, the saddest part of every meeting is when he does this one, when he goes, so I'm just saying, if there was a group of 3 that needed a 4, I would be the 4. Like, he says it so sad in every meeting. He's like, so if there are any groups out there, please pick me. Why does nobody want to pick me for the kickball team?
Well, and
sad.
What was kind of sad is, like, at first, some of the people were actually considering saying, you know what, he would be fiercely loyal, and he is really smart. Maybe we should think about picking him up.
Yep.
And just the more he talked, the more people were like, no.
And his whole, so, I mean, let's talk about his noms for a second. So, obviously, his noms, again, spoiler alert, is Andrew and Hams.
Which were 2 people that he actually knew were never going to turn against him, which was absolutely stupid.
Now, see, there was a lot of down feeds during this, and here's the part that I don't really understand. I've put together based on what I've seen on the feeds. I have been watching a lot of feeds when they are up. So, it seems like what Ryan has told the house is, you all think that Andrew and I are working together, so I'm putting Andrew up because I want to show you all Andrew and I are not working together. Here's the first point. When you say that 900 times, then I've lost all sincerity in that being your reason.
Right.
I think you're just trying to convince me that's your reason, and that's not really a reason. It's that you want me to think you're not working together, but in truth, you're really working together.
Exactly.
So that's number 1. But number 2, I was surprised that Andrew and Hams were always so cool. They always left him alone to have these meetings or to talk to a group of people.
Well,
go ahead.
Well, Hamza actually volunteered to go up on the block.
Oh, see, I did not know that. When did that
Like,
happen?
he knew that he was a target, and he was like, well, don't backdoor me. I'll go up on the block. I want a chance to play in the veto.
Oh, I missed that completely. I did not know that
Yeah.
happened. Okay.
Yeah. So rather than being backdoored, he wanted a chance to play in the veto. He figured he would win the veto and take himself down.
Poor Ham. Can we just all have a moment? This is Hams who went into the house going, I'm going to poison the food supply. I'm going to win every competition. Even when the feeds came back and he was nominated, literally the feeds started on him after nominations, and we all knew that they were getting nominated. Like Ryan told us that was happening. The feeds come back. I swear. Hams turned to the camera and he's talking to Eric at the time, and he turns to the camera and goes, I'm going to win all the rest of the competition. Like, he's still doing it. He's still doing it. You're not going to win them. But I like him. So, like, I loathed him preseason. I thought he was horrible. I think he's hysterical, and he doesn't even know how funny he is.
Yeah, I think that's why you like him, is because he's just so over the top, and he doesn't even realize how over the top he is.
He's like, what is the Incredibles? He's like the villain that tries to be the villain but is horrible at being the villain.
Yes, that is exactly who he is.
He's like twirling his mustache like, ha, I'm going to get this house. Oh, shit, I'm on the block.
Yep.
Oh, god damn it, I'm on the block. I'm just like, whatever. But like, you have to laugh at him and his whole hams and the cams.
Oh god. He's a mess. He is a mess.
He is all over the place. He is all over the place, that one. So, I mean, I did think it was interesting that, I get it. Ryan is saying to them, look, I had to do this. It's for the betterment of all of us. If we can make it through this, then, I'll use the POV if somebody gets it, or we have another one. Like, he's trying to keep them okay with it all. I'm surprised how okay with all of it Andrew is, to be honest. Andrew seems to be going along with it very well, other than his, like, temper tantrums. But I don't know if that's for the house, because we have not had a damn DR since all this has happened.
Yeah, I think that Andrew is definitely trying to... Andrew got in a lot of trouble with the house, because apparently last week he did try to flip the house on
Allie
to get Allie out. And that's why they all want him out this week.
Right. Then on the other breath, the whole entire house is saying how much they hate Veronica and how much they don't want Marin going anywhere, but yet they're not an option to go out. I mean, I know everyone's saying they're going to go next, but I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know if that's really the plan anymore.
No, I don't think it's, although I can't stand Plur. Veronica's Plur, and I can't stand her. And she's Plur, for those of you that don't know, because that's what is on her wrist, and it stands for peace, loves, unity
and respect.
All things which I don't think of when I think of the Big Brother house.
All things that I don't think of when I think of Veronica either.
I have to say, she annoys the living shit out of me. She makes me want to bash my head in a wall. And I'm going to say something controversial.
What's that?
I think she's a mix of Aaron from BB15 and maybe a little bit of, I don't know. I want to say she reminds me a lot of Aaron. She's like borderline trashy. She makes a lot of ignorant comments.
I did hear her no more black jokes statement.
Okay, no, yes. So Andrew is the one that told her no more black jokes. So, and that came to be because he said something about his tattoo, and her reply was, how do people see the tattoo on your skin?
What?
Yeah, so she was like, how do people see the tattoo on your skin to him? And then, Andrew kind of laughed it off in that moment, but then when he came back and was like, that's not okay, that's kind of racist, and I'm used to people being racist behind my back, and that's blah, 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 all of that. So I was like, oh, but here's the thing about her, then she doesn't let it go. Then
No.
she's literally putting cornrows in her hair, and she's walking around the house rapping, and her rap songs are, I made a black joke and it was really offensive, but Andrew's gonna forgive me. And I'm like, oh, sweet Jesus.
She doesn't let anything go, anything at all.
I honest to God think that Big Brother is giving her Adderall like in the middle of the day. Because she seems like a dog with a bone about some things and like can't let other things go. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, it's definitely very possible. They need some people to liven things up, so I guess why not her? I don't know.
B Hoot says she drives me insane going up on cameras all the time. Oh, she is big one to go up and whisper into a camera. She's very much like, hey, I just totally did that and blah, blah, blah. All right, well, let's talk more about, let's talk about have-nots.
Okay.
For a second. So the have-nots that she chose are Erica, Jesse, and then obviously, Hams. Why did he pick Hams if he nominated Hams?
I don't really know, because he didn't want to pick Andrew because he was nominated. I don't know why he picked Hams, though.
Because he keeps saying that Hams is the target. Right? No, Andrew's the target.
Andrew's the target.
So why would he go after Hams if Andrew's the target?
I don't know.
I don't know either. We need more clarification on that, which hopefully if Hams is the one who gets out this week, not hopefully because I want him to stay in, but we'll have to ask Andrew that if it seems like at this moment Andrew is still going to be the one who goes. So
yeah.
Okay, so they're in the have-not room, which is the catacombs. It's the green.
And also Erica.
And also, didn't I say Erica first? I thought I said Erica first.
And Derek.
And Derek. Wait, and Derek?
I thought it was Derek.
No, I don't
There's 4 of them.
Erica? It's definitely Erica, Hams, Jesse. Okay, so then maybe Derek. Why don't I know who the last person is?
I could have sworn it was Derek.
Okay, then Derek. We're going with Derek. Fine, it's Derek. He doesn't talk a lot then. When they have the camera on the room, down there at night, I don't really notice that it's Derek as the one in there talking. So, interesting. But you're saying Derek. We're going with Derek.
There's 4 of them. I know there's 4 of them.
Oh, no, there's definitely 4 of them. I'm going with Derek. Okay, so...
Derek can correct me if I'm wrong.
No, chat room hates us right now. Chat room, here, I'm going to say side note to you all in this. This is going to be, well, for people watching the show back, don't worry. The next show that we do will be New Computer. So if there's still robot voice on the new computer, then it'll be our last You Now show. We'll move to a new platform. But you just got to kind of bear with Robot a little bit. I do appreciate you all telling me. I don't know what else we can do. But we're going to just keep going because we have to. Okay, so, Amy, they seem to handle the have-not room pretty well.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Their only issue with being have-nots is eating slop, but the have-not room itself has not seemed to be an issue for really any of them. Other than the fact that it gets really cold at night. But
it gets really cold. And now, do you think that this is the worst have-not room?
No.
See, I don't either. So many people are like, this is the worst have-not room either. I'm like, how is this worse than last year when they had to sleep on those arced bones? I
think that the issue with last year's wasn't the fact that it was the bones, it was the dirt.
It was the dirt. Well, the dirt, the rocks, the rubble. All of it.
Yeah, because they could sleep in between the bones, and that wasn't really a big deal. This one, they can sleep on the flat ground.
They can. So I think the flat ground is better than the bones. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about house meeting today, Amy. Let's talk about house meeting today.
Well, we didn't. Did we talk about either house meeting?
Well, wait, was
There
there a
were
house? Well,
there was
okay.
house meeting number one where they called out Marin and Veronica for the fact that they were lying.
That is true. I forgot about that house meeting. That was the house meeting called by Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
And Ryan thought he was being all slick in that house meeting and was just like, hey, by the way, don't leave your crumpled tissues around. Oh, and?
And yeah, we know you're lying about why you came into the house. But the reason that I'm doing it is because I don't want anyone to weaponize that against you.
Right.
Yeah. But because Veronica got called out by Ryan, that's why she wanted to call out Ryan in this house meeting.
Yeah.
And it backfired big time.
It backfired big time. It 100% backfired big time. Okay, so, but it also turned Veronica, rightfully so, turned Veronica against Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
That, I would say, is the point when Veronica went against Ryan. By the way, Amy, just so you know, I've canceled chat completely. We're just doing it without a chat room anymore.
Okay. All right.
I'm done. I can't deal with it.
Whatever.
This is just, everyone, if you're watching this, hi, welcome. Now you get to watch this after the fact. We're done with you now. Send your complaints to you now. You hate them. I'm over it. Okay, so I think that was the start of Veronica obviously being mad at Ryan, but what I found interesting was Veronica and Marin were kind of in that meeting able to say, we got to do what Big Brother says. In other words, they were told you are not allowed to tell them that you're lying, but they basically said everything about we're lying.
Exactly. They weren't able to say what, like how they came into the house, but they were able to say, yeah.
Yeah, they flat out said, we're telling you what we're allowed to tell you, that Big Brother said we have to tell you, so there's that. Oh, and it's going to be very negative for all of you if we were to tell you any more. They also said that a lot, too. Like, if we tell you any more, it'll be very negative. If that was the case, I would just tell them. Like, what, that the whole house gets slop? I would go, okay, you're right. We lied. We got voted in. Now you're all on slop. Next.
Exactly. Might as well. At that point, like,
I
don't know why Big Brother doesn't just punish the whole house anyways, because, like, they're all sitting there asking them, okay, well, did this happen? Like, they're asking them about specifics, so they might as well just say yes. And what's the worst that's going to happen? They already know that they're going to be targets next week at that point. Like, they've already been told the plan next week is for you two to be up on the block. So,
right. It's like if you, I don't really blame Big Brother for blaming the house, because it's normal for the house to guess or to try and get answers. That's the game. For Veronica and Marin to respond to that, but to also be fair, I don't know why. I feel like Big Brother handicapped them for no reason.
Right.
What was the point of telling them they had to make up a story? It didn't matter.
No, it makes absolutely no difference. Other than the fact that knowing that they got voted in by America, they could then use that to say, well, now we're like, they could then like spin that into, we have special powers, we have this, like they could say a whole ton more at that point, essentially.
Yeah, but our Big Brother, right? Like, our Big Brother would then call you into the diary room and go, you are not allowed to use production. I don't know why they weren't just allowed to be like, this is what, like, whatever. Big Brother should have just said, you can go in and tell the truth. You can go in and lie. You can do whatever you want. We're going to stop you if you do something bad. It just seems like they put a target on their back or handicapped and crippled them for no reason in doing that.
Right. When they're already going in hamstrung because they're a week late as it is.
Exactly. Let them make up their own story on their own, and don't punish them if they tell what the true story. It's stupid. That is where I think Big Brother made a slight stumble on that end. So okay, so then kind of fast forward to
today.
To last night when they played the POV, the feeds went down. The feeds were down for like 24 hours. Twitter lost its mind. Goodness.
Yeah. You would have thought that the world was ending.
Literally.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh my God, the feeds are down for 24 hours and I'm going to slit my wrists.
Yeah. Like, I don't get it either. Like, I mean, I know that the season is just starting, but there really isn't anything that interesting happening in the house that it's like our favorite players aren't on the block. There's not anything that's really, we need to know what's happening. It's okay. It was okay.
It was okay. We all survived it. My big, and we've talked about this on the, You Now shows when they're more like the hangout shows, is it just seems very, I guess, hypocritical to be like, Big Brother owes it. Like, where's Big Brother? They owe us. Where are the feeds? They owe. Like, Big Brother does not owe us.
No, they don't owe us anything.
They owe us a television show. We're not paying for the feeds. So they can
we're
have
not
the
even,
feeds
we're
up.
not paying for a TV show or the feeds.
Correct.
We're not paying for any of it.
Correct. We're stealing all of it. So you're just a complaining thief.
Yep.
You're a thief that's stealing and complaining.
Yep.
That's what you're doing. So stop complaining.
I'll take my free entertainment and talk about it when it's available. That's what I'll do.
They are like people that go to hotels or like order food from a restaurant and eat half the plate and then go, I don't like this. I want a new meal.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like my room. I demand a better view. I'm leaving a Yelp review. It's like, shut up. And it's like, and it doesn't stop. Like, I get it. Like, make a tweet about it and move on. Like, vent your frustration. Like, we're all there with you. We get it. It's frustrating. Move on. But, like, there's a big dead horse in the middle of Twitter called Big Brother Canada, and everybody just sat there and beat the shit out of it for 24 hours. To the point where, like, I can't even read a timeline anymore. Because I'm going to, like, lose it if I see one more person being like, this isn't fair. Shut up. Shut up. Stop crying.
I didn't even tweet about it once the feeds being done.
I know.
Now, when they came back, I was super excited about it.
Yeah, because that's normal.
But that was about it.
Because that's normal. That's normal, Amy. It's normal. We're stuck watching those Canadian commercials. Yeah, all of you in Canada have to watch those Canadian commercials. I don't get it. Technically, some pay for VPN. Oh, great. So you're paying the steal.
Well, we gave you free VPN options. You don't have to pay for them.
Correct. I don't know why you're all paying for VPNs. They're free. I watch for free. I'll be watching for free in 20 minutes or 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So the feeds come back on and we find out that there is a drama llama in the house.
Oh my goodness.
People are not happy in that house. Veronica, says, I am going to call an Ika Wong meeting. I am going to lay the smackdown on Ryan like it's never been brought. And she goes to every single person in the house and tells them this. She's going to bring the heat to Ryan for the things that you brought up in the beginning of this show, Amy. The whole telling people that they're targets of other people, saying that the showman, like calling out the showman, says all these things that you do. I'm going to call out Ryan. It's going to be Ika Wong.
Right.
It was Ika wrong.
It was terrible.
She was literally like, so Ryan, I don't really like when you do those things to anybody in the house. Okay, goodbye. Anybody else have anything to add? What Ika are you watching? What Ika have you ever seen that like looks at the floor and whispers her complaints?
Yeah. And then at one point she was like, I apologize, Ryan. I'm not trying to like beef with you. And Ryan's like, what?
You called the whole house here.
Yeah. Why are you here if you're not going to you have everybody here? talking about what I'm doing.
First of all, first of all, fast forward to when it's over, and then she like beats her chest in the camera.
Oh my gosh.
Like, I tweeted out several pictures where she's like, I just did that. I just did that. I'm like, what did you do? You didn't do anything. So that's number one. Okay, so I love, like, Ryan, it is like, it's just a genius and an idiot. It's like a genius trying to talk with an idiot, because she's like, you know, Ryan, this is week 1. And then Ryan, just that missing a beat, he's like, it's your week 1. The rest of the house, it's our week 2. Right. Like, he was able to just like boo boo. And P.S. I don't really like Ryan. I wanted to be on Veronica's side during this argument. Ryan had no problem handling his own at all during this conversation. Like, what did you think when it was going on?
No, I absolutely agree. I thought, like, I wanted Veronica to have her Ica moment. I wanted her to be able to just mop the floor with Ryan, and it just was pathetic. Like, every single point that she tried to make, Ryan was like, no, every single person that I talked to and said that they were a target, that's because I heard their name out of somebody else's mouth. I wasn't just trying to paint a target on them. Or like, if she said, are you just trying to play the game and trying to stir the pot? And he's like, well, I am trying to play the game, but I'm not just trying to stir the pot. I'm not lying to anybody. Like, every single point, he had a counterpoint. And
his counterpoint was better.
His counterpoint was better. It was amazing.
But that is because Veronica can't articulate anything. When Erica jumped in, it was brilliant. Erica basically summarized everything perfectly and said, look, Ryan, here's the deal. You're making the house paranoid, because before anybody talked to you, nobody thought that there might be other alliances, or they needed to be in other alliances, or people were coming after them, or who the showmances were. So we were all totally fine. Then we all went through the mill of all of your conversations, and you took all of your paranoias and everything that you thought, and you put that onto all of us, which I thought is a brilliant observation for somebody who was basically recruited to play this game. I mean, yes, her girlfriend told her to go play, but she's seen one season.
Yeah, well, part of that, though, is because Erica is one of the few people who, prior to talking to Ryan, had no alliances.
Right.
Like, there were plenty of other people in the game that did have alliances.
Right.
And she just had not even started thinking about it yet. So at that point, she was like, oh, crap.
Right. So he's lying to me.
Right. So it, like, there were plenty of other people that were having them, and there were plenty of other people that were having those conversations, but Erica was the one who was just, like, she is articulate enough to go toe-to-toe with Ryan. And she's probably one of the few people in the house that actually can. And she's going to get in trouble for it, I think. But that's a whole different point. But
Erica I loved Erica in this house meeting. I thought Erica in the house meeting was great. Of course, there was the other little petty stuff of, like, you're not doing the towels. And you need to, like, oh my God, shut up with the housekeeping. But here's the other main point, which Erica kind of, after with her one-on-one conversations with people, brought up, which I thought was brilliant, is she was very much like, so anytime anyone wants to play this game, we're going to have a house meeting now? Because even Erica was like, I'm not mad at Ryan. Like, Ryan's playing the game. And if Veronica wants to play the game, she can play the game. But if at any, like, why would Ryan, because Veronica's whole thing was, so tell us who said that Veronica and Johnny are a threat. Tell us who said that Derek and whoever is the showman's.
Right.
Who's in his showman's? Kayla. And Derek, isn't it?
And Derek.
And then Will and Paris.
Paris.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she's like,
no, Jesse and Paris.
Jesse in Paris?
I thought it
Oh,
was
Will
Jesse.
and Veronica. Kind of, sort of, a little bit. They're canoodling under the covers, Amy. I'm calling them a showmance if they're not.
I don't think they're officially a showmance.
They're not officially a showmance, but it was Jesse and Paris. I am wrong. It is Jesse and Paris. And I agree with that. Like, I love a house meeting, but are we gonna literally call house meetings every single time somebody decides to make a move in this game?
No, I hope not. Like,
It seems like we are.
no, I think it's just Veronica just wanted to have a TV moment.
Well, Ryan seems to love his gathering everyone together moments as well.
Ryan just wanted to have it to... I understand why Ryan did it.
Which one?
Ryan only had one.
He only had one, but he's also a master of waiting until everyone is in the room and then spontaneously holding court. He doesn't have to necessarily say house meeting. I have seen several times where he has waited to the majority of the houses in one room, like before POV. Everyone was in the red room and he went in there and went, so no one's going to win, right? It wouldn't make any sense for anyone to win this POV.
Well, that was for the specific people. Like, that was for specific people in the red room, trying to calm. He had a reason for that. He was trying to calm them down, to make them think that there wasn't a backdoor plan,
right,
in place.
Even though there was. And the plan was for Olivia, right? I believe that's who he wanted to get rid of, which I didn't understand why it was Veronica or Marin.
Because in his mind,
right,
he saw Johnny, Erica, and Olivia as a three, and he wanted to work with Johnny and Erica, I think.
Oh, then he is obsessed with Erica and Johnny. Ryan is obsessed with Johnny and Erica. He 100% wants to be in a group with them. Oh, and speaking of Johnny and Andrew went at it earlier on the feeds today as well. Like a little bit of an argument. Andrew basically said to Johnny, like, oh, I thought, like, Andrew can't have a normal conversation with anyone. He can't be like, hey, I'm sorry that you're doing this or why you're doing this. Like, Andrew gets right up in your face and is like, yo, why are you voting me out? And then Johnny's like, you can get out of my face. So they kind of like argued a little bit. It didn't really last that long, but it was definitely tension between those two.
He doesn't know. Like, he doesn't know how to hold his emotions, and all I remember is in his preseason press, he kept saying that he was a teddy bear. He is not a teddy bear.
He's a teddy bear, like, remember my unicorn that I got on Christmas?
When it's like,
yay! And then you squeeze its face and it goes, Argh! He's a bear like that one.
Yes, is exactly.
He is that type of a bear. And it is not a way to play this game. R-Town says, don't talk about my twin that way in the chat room. R-Town, no.
He doesn't blink. He just stares at people.
Yes. I loved when Erica was like, could you not follow me around and not blink? To him. Like, she's like, you're not intimidating me, but like, could I just have like 5 minutes? Like, stop following me around. I need 5 minutes. This was like 2 days ago or whatever. Mm-hmm. But I thought it was, I think their relationship is funny. I don't understand. Andrew has 2 modes. He either goes around the house and goes, I'm just going to sleep tonight.
Yeah.
I'm really, whatever you guys want to do, you can do, it's fine. And his other one is attack. Like, those are his 2 modes.
He's like an Eeyore, or he's like going off the deep end. There's
or angry Shrek. So speaking of Ryan, let's talk about something that was speculated a ton as to why the feeds were down. I'm interested to hear what you think about it. So I'm going to kind of, basically, during this second house meeting, there was 2 times when the feeds were cut. Mm-hmm. Right after Ryan said, we're not allowed to talk about this, but, and then they would like cut the feeds. Now, then they came back and he kind of said to everyone, you don't know what I had to go through out there. You don't know what it was like for me when all that went down. And then Veronica was like, well, we tried to be there for you. We tried to have, you know, your back. We tried to comfort you for going through that. And then they cut the feeds again. So it just, to me, and usually my gut is not wrong on these things, it seemed to me like something happened in the comp with Ryan. Like, I don't know if Ryan, like, why would the feeds be down so long? If they had to redo the comp, if they had to rebuild part of the comp. So it seemed like maybe he broke it broke, and someone got hurt. Like, do you think that that's what he could have been talking about? Or no, I'm totally off?
I think you might be totally off.
You know, when I was saying it out loud, I thought, or he could just mean putting up Andrew.
Yeah, I think because he had said something earlier, like right before they cut it, and he said that he had said, when I was looking at these two guys.
Yeah. He was
you don't know how, he said, when I was looking at these two guys, you don't know how hard that was for me. And then they cut the feeds.
Right.
So I don't think that it was anything to do with breaking the comp. I think that had to do with looking at, it may have, like, there may have been like a cut off in the competition where it, like, it cut down in the competition where it was going to eliminate people, and it came down to, like, I don't know.
B Hoot in the chat is agreeing with me and saying he did specifically say I had to look that guy in the face, and they did say something about medics. The chat room is saying that they said something about medics.
There was something that people had mentioned that Ryan said that he sprained his ankle, but they also said that he was walking fine the very next day. So that may have been in a different comp.
And it seems like a lot of people in the chat are under the impression that Andrew definitely was taken away by medics, but he seems fine today, so it couldn't have been that bad.
Yeah.
Although he was very much today mopey and like, I'm just gonna lay down, I'm gonna sleep, and it's interesting if they're letting him sleep.
Yeah, yeah.
I think someone, to me, my gut feeling, and maybe I'm wrong, but this is just what I took away.
Yeah.
Ryan did something that hurt, that caused someone else to get hurt. What if it's one of the, like, holding on competitions? Like, we know from that other Big Brother Canada how they all got hurt on that one when they had to, like, hold on to each other. People went to the hospital.
They've said that this competition was one of that like, I mean, this was the
Tomb Raider
movie this was Tomb Raider. So this was a very physical competition. They had to, like, jump over a bunch of stuff. There was a bunch of physical things that they had to do. I don't think it was, I mean, think back to, like, the they shoot arrows. Apparently, right when we went live, Entertainment Tonight on Canada did a preview of it. So the chat is saying it involves puzzles. They have to shoot bow and arrows. Yeah. And the reason that Andrew got mad at Johnny earlier had something to do with him getting hurt in that thing. Rafe says maybe Ryan shot Andrew with an arrow. I could just see, like, if I was playing that comp, I would be like, I could just win myself a lot of money right now. Who's my biggest competition? Boom, right in the face with an arrow. Oh gosh, gotta go home. Bye. Next. Boom, right in the face with an arrow. Oh, I'm so clumsy. 2 people off the show. That would be terrible.
That's what I would do. I would just start shooting. As you see, like, a bow, like, go through someone's face, be like, darn. I don't know why these people give them any real weapons. You're an idiot if you give any of these people real weapons.
I don't think they're real weapons.
No, I don't think they're real bow and arrows. But it could be something like Jason hurting Christmas. I don't think so, because everybody is on the feeds walking around just fine today. So clearly it's not a broken bone. It's not any injury that is impairing Andrew that much. He's still running around yelling at people.
Right. And he was playing pool and stuff, so.
And Andrew is also a wounded animal, and he knows this is the end of his game. So I would throw myself on the floor and go injury too. I'm so weak. Keep me in the house.
Yeah. It's not a bad strategy.
He knows people are worried about him on a physicality standpoint, so I would try and make myself seem real weak. Maybe Andrew had a panic attack, says Old Broad in the chat. Maybe he had a panic attack, but I don't think that's enough to make the feeds go down for 24 hours. You know, it could very simply be also that the franchise behind Tomb Raider simply said, we don't want this discussed ahead of time. Like, we're going to give you a big ton of money to promote our film. We don't want that leaked on the feeds. We don't want that talked about on the feeds. We want to wait until it airs. I mean, that could very well be it, too. It could be as simple as that.
Or it could have something to do with the fact that the Canadian award, what are they? Canadian Television Awards or something were last night. And
I don't think it's that. I know a lot of people keep saying that it's that. There was something where I keep meaning to ask Dana, like last year, something about like Canada's Easter. Or there was something about like they don't work on religious holidays, which caused a problem last year, I feel like. And maybe I'm just making that up. I don't remember. There was something around Easter last year as well. Good Friday. Good Friday.
Yeah.
Good Friday.
Yep. But Good Friday is not until the end of the month.
True. Good Friday is not until the end of the month. So they made it through all of that. They made it through the House meeting. People did then start going and talking to Ryan and seeing what Ryan was thinking. I think it's going to be interesting to see the way things play out more going forward now, kind of as it goes on from here. Who do you think is going to go between Andrew and Hams at this moment?
As of right now, the plan is for Andrew to go. And there has been some talk for a couple of people who have been saying that it would be better for Hams to go.
Right.
Just because they can always send Andrew home at any time.
Right. And go ahead.
I don't know if there's enough people that it'll swing that way, but Thursday's a long ways away still.
It is. And Andrew, and Erica, as the winner of the POV, won $5,000 and got to pick one person to go and watch the Tomb Raider premiere with. Now, before she picked the person, she said, well, I think I'm going to pick Hams. And then she said, I should pick someone who's a have-not. Then she said, let's be fair. We're going to pick a number, or I'm going to pick a number and see who guesses the number. She doesn't tell anyone the number.
No, she did tell somebody.
Oh, she did tell someone the number?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought she didn't tell anyone the number, because then Hams was like 77, and she's like, yes, you won. No. Well, he was the closest.
She told Maddie, I think.
Okay, she did tell Maddie? Okay, good then. All right. I didn't have the camera on them. I had it on a different camera when it happened. So, all right, good. I'm glad that she did tell someone, because the way that it just sounded, it was really funny. Like, she's like, I want Hams up. Oh, wait, let's be fair. Pick a number. Great, you pick the number, Hams.
No, because, well, at first they were going to do rock, paper, scissors, and then they said, no, let's pick a number. Then they were going to do 1 through 10. Then they decided 1 through 100 to make it more interesting.
Yeah.
And
we know that game here.
We sure do.
We love that game. Well, so I guess on tonight's show, which is starting in like 8 minutes, we are going to see what played out in tonight's HOH that got Ryan to become the HOH, and apparently it involves drinks getting thrown in his face.
Fun.
It should be fun. So, anything else that you want to add, Amy, before we wrap it up?
The one thing I was going to add is for the Tomb Raider viewing, they're doing something different this year that they haven't done. It's not going to be a viewing in the backyard.
Yep.
They're actually going to a secret location. And normally it's like 4 people get to go and watch it, and it's just Erica and Hams are going. So we don't know where they're going.
It is very budget cutty this season, I do have to say. It seems very budget cutty this season.
They came back. We need to be happy with whatever they have.
I am thrilled. I like it better. I always think I think in general, you always do better on less of a budget than with more of a budget. Case in point, reality recap. Look around here. Case in point. Amy, last chance to remind everybody that Trash Draft.
Yes.
Tomorrow's last day.
Tomorrow is the last day. Make sure you do go to yourrealityrecaps.com/trash draft. You have just about 24 hours to get in your entries. All you have to do is go there and fill out the form, put in your 5 picks, and that's all you have to do the rest of the season. Make sure if you do get a chance, tweet me with any shenanigan points that you see on the feeds, and also follow me on Twitter at DancingAmy. Every week after the eviction, I will be doing a poll for the Hefty, which is the player who deserves the award for trashiest gameplay of the week. So make sure you do vote in that. And yeah, that's about it with the trash draft.
And you can follow Amy at DancingAmy on Twitter. Oh my god, I have an itch on my nose. I was like, stop itching, nose. Yes, make sure you follow DancingAmy at DancingAmy on Twitter for all of the trash draft fun. Of course, you can see all of our stuff back at yourrealityrecaps.com/BBCan. Become a fan to watch on YouNow for as long as we might be there this season. And become a patron for exclusive content. Help get us to Canada this season. Or you can always do a one-time donation at yourrealityrecaps.com/PayPal. We will see you guys all later. Bye for now, everybody. Bye.